game starts off with Mario, Mega Man, and Samus walking in the base. Mega Man gets impaled by a monster, and then Mario has the same thing happen to him. Samus continues walking for a couple of seconds before closing her eyes for a bit and turned around. But when she turned around, she found out that Mario and Mega Man are lost, but the only thing Samus found was Mario's hat. All of a sudden, there were some rumbles in the ground until something flying came out of the ground, and it revealed to be as Ridley. The first match started, and Samus lays on what seems to be hits on Ridley, but during the battle it cuts to a cutscene where Samus is getting knocked out by an explosion by Ridley. While Ridley flies at least a little bit close to the explosion, Ridley notices that Samus jumps out of the fire. This time she was in her Zero suit form like she was in the game, and then matches continue. As Zero Suit Samus attacks Ridley, he is down and defeated, and then it cuts to another cutscene with Ridley down in defeat as he sees an exit way out of the ceiling fan and flies out. Then it cuts to a stage clear sign, and then the level ended. As the game progressed, it cuts to another cutscene that takes place at the castle during a rainy, stormy night, and a person walks in at the castle but isn't revealed who the person was. There could be a scream heard in the distance, and this person screaming in the distance was Luigi. He must have been mistaken the castle for the mansion, like he usually catches ghosts like in Luigi's mansion. As Luigi was scared, he ran away from monsters and mummies and Medusas, but as Luigi was running, he trips and falls and stumbles upon a grim-like monster named Death. Luigi screams, and as Death makes Luigi his demise, as Death takes his Saichi and murders Luigi. Death sounds can be heard as he gets hit by the jaw with the whip. As that was being seen one person from earlier, he takes out that cloak and is revealed that to be Simon Biltmont from the Castlevania games. After he got Death out of the way, he fought monsters like the mummies and Medusa from earlier. He fought the monsters from Castlevania that were not seen like yet by creatures, Fleaman as a duo, and the werewolf, but it cuts to Luigi for a few seconds as Luigi's spirit hovers over his dead body. But before Luigi could lay his spirit on his dead body, he saw a monster named Camellia looking at Luigi with something purple coming from the monster eye. Then it cuts back to Simon as he walks into the room, a dark figure in the shadows. The dark figure then comes out to reveal that it's Dracula. "Well, hello, we meet again," Dracula says. "Prepare for the slaying monster," Simon says. Another boss battle starts as Simon fights Dracula, but as Simon defeats Dracula, it cuts to another cutscene as he turns into a second form and shoots some fireballs at Simon. But it causes someone to come in and deflects the fireballs with holy water. "Begone! You don't belong in this monster world," the person said as he reveals himself to be Richard Belmont. Then it cuts to the boss battle to fight Dracula in his second form. After the boss fight, it then cuts to another cutscene. This time it was just Dracula on the ground before he turns into a bat and flying out of his own castle. "That was a fight," Richard exclaimed as he saw his ancestor Simon. "Who are you?" Simon asked in pure confusion. "My name is Richard, and I am your ancestor to you," Richard replied. "And then, well then, Richard, I must be off. Although there is probably more monsters to slay," Simon said while walking out of the castle. It cuts to another cutscene, but this time it has Link walking through the forest, maybe even going to save Zelda. He sees two people fighting in the distance, and they were both sword fighters. Link got closer to the fight, and he sees that both Marth and Shulk were sword fighting. "I'm really feeling on this one," Shulk says, as he takes some damage from Marth. "And you are about to flee a painful one," Marth said as a fighting tone of his voice. As they continued to fight, it stopped as they saw something dark in the sky, and they decided to team up for this one. Link found them, and he came to the side to see what was turning the sky so dark. Then they found out that it was Meta's knight's halberd in the sky. "We want to fight some of these fools before watching them fight as useless," Meta Knight said in a sinister tone of voice. Then Meta Knight flies down and charges at Shulk, but of course little did Meta Knight know that he was being charged at Shulk, even though he didn't notice that he impaled him with his sword. No blood or anything gory, it was just a Nintendo game, so I didn't expect that. Then it goes on to another battle with Link and Marth fought as Meta Knight and Shulk lays there away from them. so he wouldn't get killed. After they fought Meta Knight, they were so busy as it was too late to save Shulk as he died. Well, I think the new journey is in our hands, Marth tells Link. Then he told Link that a big sword has impaled Marth, and it was Ganondorf. Ha ha ha! I finally found you again, Link, and I could finally kill you. This time you're outnumbered, Ganondorf said in his sinister tone. No, he won't, someone said. As soon as the person revealed to be himself as Roy, he then brought up to Lucinia, chrome like Robin, Corrin of all the witch that were fire from the Emblem series. Roy Lucina also helped Link fight Ganondorf and his Trome, Robin, and Corrin to help Marth. As the Link and Roy and Lucina had defeated Ganondorf, Ganondorf then says, "Fools, this is not the last of me," he said in a sinister voice. Both him and Meta Knight got on Meta Knight's halberd, and then it flies away. We must go after them, he said. He walked over in the direction and Meta Knight's halberd was flying. It then cuts to a stage clear sign before it goes to the next cutscene. The next cutscene is Sonic the Hedgehog running through the city of Haunted Town like from the Earthbound games. Ness and Lucas were just standing right in front of the house, talking to each other. Sonic sees both Ness and Lucas and decides to talk to them. "Hello, I'm Sonic. Sonic the Hedgehog," Sonic said while talking to Ness and Lucas. While those words, they were being attacked by Wario. "And what is whatever your name is?" Sonic says in smart remark. Then the fight starts with Sonic, Ness, and Lucas start to fight Wario. As they defeat Wario, Wario runs away in defeat. "Sonic, at least we don't have to deal with him anymore right now," Sonic said. "I think we might just follow Lo to where he must go and stop wherever he's up to." Sonic continued, "We will join ahead with you free as well," someone said. The person who said that was Fox from the Star Fox games, and he was leading the characters like Yoshi, Kirby, Pikachu, Ice, Chimbers, Mr. Game & Watch, Olimar, Rob, Villager, Pac-Man, Duck Hunt, Inkling, Isabelle, Me Brawler, Me Sword Fighter, and Me Gunner. "And that's a lot of help you can join all of us, but why?" Sonic asks. "I'll tell you why, it's a long story," Fox replied to Sonic. It then cuts to a cutscene of a flashback with Fox and Falco. Me and Ali Falco were just walking around for a mission until a second-looking Pokemon named Mewtwo attacked me and Falco. Pikachu then saw me and Falco was being attacked, and he helped us fight them back. Until there was more joining me, Falco, in the fight, but we did a lot of people in the fight. There were Jigglypuff, Peach, Daisy, Miss Dr. Mario, Pichu, Falco, Pokemon Trainer, Lucario, Toon Link, Rosalina, and Luma, Genite, and Incinerator. It was all because of the team villains that attacked us from earlier. Dark Samus, Bowser, Dark Pit, King Dedede, Wolf, and Bowser Jr. They overpowered us and dying us, leaving us all left. That is why we must work together, Fox explained to Sonic. "This must be a mission for all of us then, hey?" Sonic said. "Yep, and maybe there's more heroes going on with the same stuff," Fox replied. "Well, what are we waiting for? Let's go," Sonic said in a rush. As Sonic said it, then cuts to a stage over a clear sign before it goes to the next cutscene. The next cutscene then cuts to the Zero suit and Samus, who is in her gunship from the Metroid games. She flies down to the earth and where she lands, and then the castle from where Castlevania games were. "I sure hope there aren't no more deaths around my place," Samus said in a worried tone of voice. "Hello, fellow woman," Simon said to Samus. "My name is Samus. Miss Aran, and I came down here after I landed about what happened in space," Samus replied. "Well, I am Simon Bermloyd, and this is my ancestor Richard," Simon explained to Samus. "We are also the monster hunters. That explains why we have holy water on us." Simon continued. Then they noticed the sky was getting dark and spooky. Then they noticed Dark Samus come out of the ship and attack Samus, and the villains that Fox guys was talking about came back as well. "Of course we're outnumbered, but how can we beat these guys?" Simon asks in anger. "Well, I assume you can panic like babies, like some more," Dark Pit said in the sinister voice. As soon as he said that, more heroes came in. It was Captain Falcon, Young Link, Pit, Snake, Wii Fit, Trainer, Little Pac-Mac, Petunia, Ryu, Ken, Cloud, and Bayonetta. The fight day went on for a few more deaths, but this time it was Samus, Richard, and Captain Falcon, Link, Petunia, and Ken, and the 7 villains from earlier were killed by the remaining heroes. Those were even the 7 too, were Mewtwo, Dark Samus, Bowser, Dark Pit, King Dedede, Wolf, and Bowser Jr. This is the real monsters for a situation of what's going on right now, Snake said. While they were talking amongst themselves, Snake then decides to go to choose one of codec calls like in the Metal Gear games. Kono, I am the mission right now, and there are more deaths going around, and I think there's a way to reverse that effect, Snake said. Well, sorry for that, Snake. You must continue your mission. You are on to save the universe, Kono told Snake. As they proceeded to meet up with Link, Marth, Roy, Lucinia, Chrome, like Robin and Corrin, like more allies on this journey, I guess, Marth said in joy. Good thing I will join along, someone said, as it reveals herself to be Zelda. It just gets better and better when we have more teammates, Marth said in joy. As soon as Marth said that, it cuts to another stage clear sign, but after the stage clear sign cuts to another cutscene. The cutscene is in Donkey Kong's home, and Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong were still sleeping until they were interrupted by some rumbles on the ground. They took a look out of the window to see what was happening. They saw King K roll out of the window ready to fight the 2 monkey friends. It soon then cuts to another fight at the time between Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong against King K Rool. But after the fight, King K Rool retreats, and Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong meets up with Sonic, Fox, and the others. As soon as that happened, all the villains like Ridley, Meta Knight, Ganondorf, Wario managed to ambush them. Ridley began being the strongest, manages to kill quite a few on the team. The teammates were Sonic, Ness, Fox, Donkey Kong, Villager, Inkling, Yoshi, Kirby, Pikachu, Pac-Man, and me Sword Fighter, and Zelda jumps in blinds both Ridley, Meta Knight, and Ganondorf by the lights so Link, Marth, could kill and Likey could kill them. Like, I'm sorry you guys, but we haven't met before like to see that, like said, but we need to put the end to this once and for all, Ryu said. They went off on their way to defeat Wario and King K Rool to save the fallen friends. It then cuts to another first stage clear sign before it goes to the next cutscene. Wario and King K Rool in Dracula's castle were setting up a machine to reverse the effect to bring back the rest of the villains, and it was a weird looking contraption where you would have to put the deceased body of the villains into the machine and to bring them back. Everything was going good for the 2 of the villains and heroes chimed up to be ready for the avenge their friends. Okay, you monsters, we are here to avenge our friends and defeat you, Simon said in an angry tone of voice. But all of a sudden, Death snuck up from behind the cartoonish characters like Ice Chambers and Mr. Game & Watch, Diddy Kong, Lucas, Almar, Rob, the Robot, Wii Fit Trainer, Little Mac, Duck Hunt, Isabel, me Brawler, and me Gunner, and then killed them with his sight key. If you want to handle this the way you got it, like said in anger. They split up into 2 groups. Each group had the 7 people, Link, Zelda, Marth, Lucinia, Roy, and Chrome, in a group to take out Wario, King K, Rool, and Death. And as for Pit, Snake, Lake, Robin, Ryu, Cloud, Corrin, Bayonetta, and Simon took on Dracula, while Link, Zelda, Marth, Lucinia, and the others took on, they all killed the 3, but only Link, Zelda, and Marth survived. The 7 then fought Dracula. Only 2 more heroes died during this form. Those 2 heroes were Snake, Rue, and Bayonetta, but they fought the second form of Dracula, and they did win when Link, Zelda, and Marth joined in and helped out the Zelda and turned to her second form, being the Shriek. But Link and Zelda were the only ones that survived. However, they looked back at the contraption that Wario and King K Rool had invented that would bring up more people from the dead. Then both Link and Zelda went to revive the dead bodies of the deceased friends. In the attempt to save the contraption, it was all big enough. They put them together at the same time. The contraption works and it brings them all back. They celebrate their victory with the party as well as the credits rolling. And that, my little pretties, was the original story mode in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. A Super Smash Bros. Lost game creepypasta written by the Mario and Sonic Fan 1000. Mario and Sonic Fan 1000, I want to thank you so much for the story. Now, let's get on with this story itself, like I said. Now, I actually thought this one was quite disturbing. I think you could just say that because, well, should already hear the narration. As you can see, I kind of stuttered a bit because it was really disturbing. Now, I could understand why, Super Smash Bros. Wouldn't do anything like this because, well, they want to make it kid-friendly. But not only that, they would just get a lot of backlash if they were to do that. I guess maybe that's probably just all I could say is that they would get a lot of backlash if that was the case. But this story was obviously really good. Now, Mario and Sonic Fan, you did a pretty good job with this story, I'm going to be honest. Now, I did notice a couple of grammatical errors, that certain words should have been there. So it was a little confusing. Same thing that could be said for the, whatchamacallit. Oh, yeah. The same thing could be said for the, same thing could be said for the punctuation marks. Like, I did spot a few punctuation errors in the story. I did spot, a few of them. But I could definitely say that this story was actually pretty good, in my opinion. I actually found this story to be rather good, in many ways. I could definitely say that this story was actually pretty amazing, in my opinion. It was quite amazing, but also really crazy at the same time. Don't get me wrong, this story was absolutely amazing. There's a lot of time and effort into the story, so I guess that's one thing I could definitely say what I like about it, was that the story is absolutely believable. Now, I could definitely say, this story being one of the most darkest gaming pastas I've seen. But, there's other ones I've seen that are pretty good, and this is actually one of them being really good. And now, I could definitely say that this story was actually believable, and it was pretty disturbing, too. Don't get me wrong, I obviously cringed while watching this. This is actually very cringeworthy. But I could definitely say it was really good in my opinion, too. So, this is actually a pretty good story, in my opinion, and it's actually very believable. Now, with the punctuation errors I did see, and a couple grammatical errors, they could be fixed up, but other than that, the story was actually really good. And the grammar was actually really good. So, that actually flowed out well with the story, is because of that. So, that's actually a really good plus that I could say. Now, I did notice that there might have been maybe a few cliches incorporated in the story, but it's actually believable, so I don't know what the cliches are at the moment, but if I do find cliches, maybe I'll point them out, but, I really don't really care about the cliches that much. As long as they play out well, then I don't have really a big, I don't really have a big problem with it, so I could definitely say right now is that this story was actually, pretty good. Alright, now, like I'm gonna say right now, and I'm gonna continue to say, pardon me about that, this is simply my own personal opinion, and if you disagree with me, that's fine too. We're all entitled to our own opinions in regards to these, creepypastas, and this is simply my own personal thoughts. Now, my final rating of the story would have to be I'm going to give this one a 9.5 out of 10. Mainly a 9.5 out of 10 is because I did spot, a couple grammatical errors and a few punctuation errors was throughout the story. So I guess you could say right now is that this story was actually pretty good. So I could definitely say right now that this story was actually pretty well done and amazing. So I could definitely say right now that I actually thought this story was pretty believable and pretty amazing, and there's definitely a lot of time and effort into it, so I could definitely say the storyline was actually pretty interesting at the same time, even though it's a bit cliched, but I actually still thought it was really enjoyable, so that was definitely something. And anyways, what did you all think about this story? Or this creepypasta? Did you all enjoy it? Did you not? Also, what we have done personally to help make this story a lot better? Leave me know what your thoughts are down in the comments section down below. I'm the Queen of Lions. Thank you so much for watching today's episode. If you're brand new here to this channel, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe because I make brand new videos every single day. Don't forget to ring the notification bell to when I upload, so then you guys will get a chance to upload. And as always, I'm going to be seeing you all in the next video. So peace out, and I'll be seeing you all in the next video. And as always, please roll the outro because I'm out.